Action.
Don't be fooled by the rousing score. Whirlwind romances. Bullwhipping and Nazi punching. The Indiana Jones franchise is a thoughtful examination of the ethics of archaeology as it pertains to removing cultural artefacts from Indigenous peoples.
You stole it. Then you stole it.
Just kidding. It's mostly about punching Nazis and whipping stuff.
It's called capitalism.
But that was never a problem because the titular character was legitimately iconic in the hands of a lovably roguish Harrison Ford. Raiders of the Lost Ark, released in 1981, is a bona fide cinema classic and traumatised many a child with its climactic scene of Nazis having their faces melted by the Ark of the Covenant. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom in 1984 wasn't quite so good, to be fair, but it's a fun ride and gave us a number of memorable moments.
You know nuts. He's crazy.
Including the infamous scene where a bloke's still beating heart is ripped out as a religious offering. Good times. The Last Crusade in 1989 featured Sean Connery as Indy's dad, and it's even more fun, albeit in a sillier way.
Junior? Don't call me that, please.
And it saw the return of the Nazis as villains of the piece. Nazis were replaced with Soviets in 2008's Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. But otherwise, this was a pretty forgettable entry to the franchise. In fact, I literally had to Google if the villains were Nazis or not.
Damn, I thought that was closer.
But that might have something to do with the casting of Shia LaBeouf as our hero's long-lost love child.
Grab on. Go get something else. Grab the snake!
The law of diminishing returns suggests a fifth instalment is unlikely to produce better results, which is unfortunately the case with Dial of Destiny. Where previous films contained supernatural elements, this one leans so far into fantasy, it is less a swan song for Indy as it is a shark jump. It's a shame too, because the constituent pieces are pretty good. Ford is great, as always, Mads Mikkelsen is a fine villain as a former Nazi scientist, and Fleabag creator and star Phoebe Waller-Bridge is a scene stealer as Indy's goddaughter. But the script is lazy. The plot has holes big enough to roll a giant boulder through, and the ending is as unsatisfying and twee as anything you'll see this year. It's the first film in the series to be directed by someone other than Steven Spielberg and not written by George Lucas, but even still, it's a surprise the otherwise accomplished James Mangold, who did Ford vs Ferrari, has made such a dreary movie. The film drags on so long, you almost wish for a lick from Indy's whip to keep you engaged in the convoluted story. One of cinema's greatest characters deserved a better send-off. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny gets 2.5 stars.